Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the velvet curtain on a system that's literally designed to be entirely invisible to the average person. We're going to decode the hidden, meticulously tiered mechanics of the global banking system. Because, this isn't just about money. It's about psychology, power, and how the financial world categorizes you the absolute second you walk through its doors.
So, how does the financial system actually treat the ultra-wealthy? It's a fascinating question, right? We all know that having more money buys better things. But behind the velvet ropes of elite finance, the very nature of what a bank is fundamentally changes. They stop being institutions where you just store your cash, and they start becoming something far, far more complex.
To help us navigate all this, I want to introduce you to our guide for this explainer. We call him the Observer. He's a sharp, 25-year-old guy on a relentless mission to understand the true psychology of wealth. Throughout our journey today, you're going to see him navigating these different environments, from the everyday mundane to the absolute peak of extreme luxury. He's going to help us decode exactly how money, power, and success really operate. So let's follow him as he scales this invisible ladder. Okay, let's dive right in by mapping out our ascending journey. There are exactly 4 levels to the banking wealth ladder: standard retail, premium tiers, private banking, and finally, family offices. Each step up isn't just a slight change in customer service, it's a complete shift in reality.
So, level 1, standard retail banking, the mass market. We're starting at the very bottom here.
This is the financial reality for the vast majority of the world. Picture our observer navigating this foundational tier. He's basically just a number in a fluorescent-lit waiting line, dealing with those frustrating automated phone trees and one-size-fits-all products. The system here operates purely on mass market efficiency and a psychology of scarcity. The bank's entire goal is to minimize the time spent on him while extracting standard fees. It's purely transactional.
But as income grows, we ascend to level 2, premium client tiers. This is really your first taste of privilege.
This is that exact moment the bank's algorithms finally recognize our observer's ascending net worth. Think about it. At the standard retail level, you wait in line for the bank. But at the premium tier, the bank begins to prioritize you. With a dedicated phone line and the ability to just skip the queue entirely, he's no longer just another face in the crowd. So how do they keep him climbing? With highly calculated perks. We're talking priority customer service access, fee waivers, higher limits, and, most tellingly, the introduction of those heavy branded metal credit cards. This is meticulous psychological design, guys. By giving him a weighty card that makes a distinct clink when he drops it on a restaurant table, the bank uses early exclusivity to flatter his ego. It ensures he remains fiercely loyal as his wealth starts to multiply. Now, we cross a massive threshold into level 3, exclusive private banking, the inner circle. At this level, the environment just completely shifts. Those harsh fluorescent lights, gone. They're replaced by mahogany-paneled offices, soft cinematic lighting, and absolute discretion. And honestly, it reveals a profound psychological pivot. As they say, at this level, they don't sell you products. They manage your legacy. They aren't trying to nickel and dime our observer anymore. They are actively courting him, aiming to become the master architects of his generational wealth. Now, the crucial point here is understanding the actual threshold to enter this world. It is reserved strictly for high net worth individuals. We aren't just talking about having a good salary anymore. We're talking about individuals holding a substantial amount of highly liquid assets, usually in the multi-millions, who require totally bespoke financial services engineered far, far away from the open market. And the lifestyle perks here, they're absolutely staggering. Our observer no longer goes to the bank. A dedicated private banker actually flies to him. Need to buy a Picasso? They'll deploy their in-house professional art advisors. A Gulfstream? They handle the jet financing. Every single service is engineered for ultimate ego fulfillment and massive capital retention. By entirely enveloping his luxury lifestyle, the bank ensures his money literally never leaves their ecosystem. But believe it or not, there is still one level higher. Level 4, ultra-wealthy family offices, the absolute apex. This is a realm of billionaires and dynastic wealth that 99.9% of people will never even see. At this stage, the wealth is so incredibly vast that the ultra-wealthy essentially just exit the traditional banking system entirely.
A family office is a bespoke, highly exclusive private wealth management firm built from the ground up to serve a single family or a very small group of ultra-high net worth investors. You see, this final tier isn't about flashy perks or metal cards anymore. It's about ultimate control. A family office provides complete financial autonomy. They employ their own traders, their own lawyers, their own tax strategists. They're entirely focused on managing multi-generational wealth, offering unprecedented levels of extreme privacy, and creating bespoke investment vehicles that simply do not exist for the general public. It's really about cementing a permanent financial legacy that easily outlives the founder. Which brings us to a really fascinating part of all this, the psychology of exclusivity. This entire hierarchy exists for a very specific reason. It is a carefully constructed ladder of human psychology built around three things: ego, exclusivity, and retention. From the harsh lights of retail to the private jets, every single level is a masterclass in manipulation. The bank gives you just enough exclusivity at each level to stroke your ego and make you feel special, which effectively guarantees your retention as a client. They always dangle that next level of privilege just slightly out of reach, motivating you to keep your money exactly where it is. And that brings us to probably the most important realization of our journey today. The illusion is that banks simply provide financial services. But the reality? Banks expertly manage human psychology. As you scale this hierarchy, you aren't just unlocking better banking. You're stepping into a perfectly designed framework built to capitalize on human ambition. So look at our observer, having successfully navigated all the way from those retail lines to the absolute apex, analyzing every detail along the way. Now, I want you to look at your own journey. What level of the hierarchy are you currently playing at? Are you strategically mastering the money to elevate your life? Or is this meticulously designed system actually mastering you? Because understanding the game is the very first step to truly winning it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I seriously challenge you to view your next bank interaction through an entirely different lens.